It's the sibling politics, and so today we are going to talk about the Cuban crisis, this missile crisis.
The Cuban Missile Crisis?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what the North Korean Missile Crisis is?
No.
Do you know what the Cuban Missile Crisis is?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Do you know what the USSR is?
Sounds familiar.
Okay. Way back, a good while ago, 50 plus years ago, okay, the Cuban Missile Crisis happened in October of 1962. Okay? To be more precise, it started on the 26th of October, 1962. Okay? That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of old people back then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you know why the Cuban Missile Crisis happened?
People didn't like it.
Kind of. The reason it happened was because the Soviet Union, the USSR, was putting missiles in Cuba because the United States had put missiles in Turkey. And this was during the Cold War where everybody thought the world was going to explode. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, the Cold War happens, the USSR is putting missiles in Cuba, and the US doesn't like that. So the US told the USSR to not do that. And long story short, they just about put missiles in Cuba and about caused World War III. Okay? Now the solution to what happened, like the resolution they both came up with, was that the USSR would take out its missiles from Cuba. In exchange, the US would not try to invade Cuba or try to, and also take missile systems out of Turkey. You know?
Yeah.
Now, do you know where North Korea is?
So imagine this is United States, the United Kingdom. Then North Korea is like about here.
No. North Korea is north of South Korea.
Oh.
I know. Who could have guessed? Anyways, the North Korean missile crisis is considerably longer and much more drawn out. But in short, the North Korean crisis started when North Korea founded itself as a country and has been very opposed. Do you know what opposed means?
No.
Like against the United States, because they don't have a lot of stuff or liberties and freedoms that we have in the U.S. in North Korea. So, the North Korean crisis, when did it start?
And
No, it's the Cuban Missile Crisis.
oh, I'm sorry.
It started the 8th of August, 2017. And for those who don't know when that was last week. Do you know why it started?
No.
Because North Korea was testing missiles.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Pretty dangerous.
And then they threatened to hit Guam with one of those missiles.
Wow.
Okay? Do you know what the solution was to that?
No.
Well, neither does anybody really else. But North Korea said that they're not going to hit Guam until the U.S. does something. So, basically, they said they're not going to hit Guam. Now, the big similarities between these two is one, they're both missile crises. Both of them had to do with missiles. Two, they were both communist nations. Three, it was probably the closest we've gotten to nuclear war either time. And, well, North Korea is a little bit more crazier and they didn't really have a solution. So, that's the similarities of the Cuban Missile Crisis and the North Korean Missile Crisis. So, there are a lot of similarities, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well,
Like and subscribe.
yeah, like and subscribe. Do what she says. She's got a smiley face on her shirt.